Away Charanarvind His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Param Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayat Mudiraye Nashta Prayestu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistake Yamsyanubhavam Akhilam Sutisaram Ekam Adhyatma Deepam Atitir Satam Tamannam Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tam Vyasa Sonam Upayami Gurur Muninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 28, Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life, text number 58. Vipanasto kriya saktir bhuta prakritirabhyaya satyadhisha pumam stvatra pravisto navabhuchyate. Vipana Kriya Saktir
Vipanastu Kriya Shakti
Bhuta Prakritirabhyaya
Buddha Prakriya
Sakyadhisah Pumam Stvatra
Satyadisha Pramam Svatra
Pravisto Navabudhyate
Krishna Bhujate
Vipanasto Kriya Saktir
Vipanastu Kriya Shakti
Bhuta Prakritirabhyaya
Buddha Prakriya
Sakyadhisah Pumam Stvatra
Satyadisha Pramam Svatra
Pravisto Navabudhyate
Krishna Bhujate Vipanastu Kriya Shakti
Vipanasto Kriya Sakti
Buddha Prakriya
Prakritirabhyaya
Satyadisha Pumam Svatra
Satyadhisah Pumam Stvatra
Pravishto Navabhujate
Pravisto Navabudhyate Vipanasto Kriya Sakti Bhuta Prakritirabhyaya Satyadhisah Pumam Stvatra Avisto Navabudhyate
Vipanastu Kriya Shakti
Vipanasto Kriya Sakti
Bhuta Prakriti Avyaya
Bhuta Prakritirabhyaya
Satyadisa Pumam Atra
Satyadhisah Pumam Stvatra
Pravisto Navamukhyate
Pravisto Navabudhyate. Beautiful. All right. Okay. Vipanaha. Stories. To them. Kriya Sakti. The energy for activities or the working senses.
Energy for activities or working senses.
Bhuta.
Bhuta,
The five gross element.
5 gross elements.
Prakriti.
Prakriti,
The material elements. Abhyaya.
Vyaya,
Eternal. Sakti.
Shakti,
The energy.
the energy.
Adisaha.
Adisha,
Controller.
control.
Puman.
Man,
Man.
man,
To
to,
them.
them.
Atra.
Atra,
Here.
here.
Pravistaha.
Adisha,
Entered.
enter.
Na. Does not.
Not.
Avabudhyate.
Abhujate,
Become subjected to knowledge.
subjected to knowledge.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay.
The 5 stories are the 5 working sensory organs. They transact their business through the combined forces of the 5 elements, which are eternal. Behind all this activity is the soul. The soul is a person and an enjoyer in reality. However, because he is now hidden within the city of the body, he is devoid of knowledge. Please repeat. The 5 senses are the 5 working sensory organs.
5 stores are the 5 working sensory organs.
They transact their business
They transact their business
through the combined forces of the 5 elements,
through the combined forces of the 5 elements,
which are eternal.
which are eternal.
Behind all this activity is the soul.
Behind all this activity is the soul.
The soul is a person
Soul is a person
and an enjoyer in reality.
and an enjoyer of reality.
However,
However,
because he is now hidden within the city of the body,
because he is not hidden within the city of the body,
he is devoid of knowledge.
he is devoid of knowledge.
Purport. The living entity enters the material creation with the aid of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. and thus his body is formed. Although the living entity is working from within, he is nonetheless unknown. The living entity enters the material creation, but because he is bewildered by the material energy, he appears to be hidden. The bodily conception of life is prominent because of ignorance. Nava buddhyate. Buddhaya means knowledge. No. Abuddhyate means one knows. This is, yeah. Intelligence is described in the feminine gender, but owing to her prominence in all activities, she is described in this verse as Adhisa. Who can tell a word that end with Adhisa? We sing every day in the morning. Narsinga prayer time. Jai Jagadisa Hare Jagat Adhisa. Jagadisa. Thank you.
It's like, yeah.
I know.
For my life.
I knew Aisha.
Yeah. Adi Yajna, Adhisa, Jagadisa, Asa. Adhisa means control. Jagat means the universe. You know, Sanskrit is such a beautiful word. You can dive into so many directions of the meaning. Okay, but this is described as Adhisa, the controller. The living entity lives by means of fire, water, and food grains. It is through the combination of these three that the body is maintained. Consequently, the body is called Prakriti, material creation. All the elements gradually combine to form flesh, bone, blood, and so on. All these appear as various apartments. It is said in the Vedas that the digested foods are ultimately divided into three. The solid portion becomes stool, and the semi-liquid portion turns to flesh. The liquid portion turns yellow and is again divided into three. One of these liquid portions is called urine. Similarly, the fiery portion is divided into three, and one is called bone. Out of the five elements, fire, water, and food grains are very important. These three are mentioned in the previous verse, whereas sky, ether, and air are not mentioned. This is all explained in Bhagavad Gita 13:20. Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanade ubhavapi vikaramscha gunamschaiva vidde prakrite sambhavan. Quote, material nature and the living entities should be understood to be beginningless. Their transformations and the modes of matter are products of the material nature. Prakriti, material nature, and Purusha, the living entity, are eternal. When they both come in contact, there are different reactions and manifestations. All of them should be considered the results of the interaction of the three modes of material nature. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitamena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Guru Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vriksha Kripa Sindho Bhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Mukham karoti vachalam pangolam gayate girim yat kripat tamaham mande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Smriti Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesya Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vipanasto kriya saktir bhuta prakritirabhyaya saktya pumam statra pravisto nava buddhyati. The five stories are the five working sensory organs. They transact their business through the combined forces of the five elements, which are eternal. Behind all the activity is the soul. The soul is a person and an enjoyer in reality. However, because he is now hidden within the city of the body, he is devoid of knowledge. He appears to be devoid of knowledge. So it is Prabhupada is explaining everything in very clearly for everybody. Simple and clear. That is the quality of an acharya. They explain things not very complicated way, using very sophisticated words, very sophisticated register, very beautiful shining words that all these gyanis they use, and nobody understand, and they remain in the beauty or in the hollow of that sophisticated words, and just like they are nowhere. But things are explained in simplified version, very simple way that everyone can understand. It makes sense to everybody. So the root cause of not realizing that I am the soul and soul is a person is Krishna has explained in Bhagavad Gita about why we are not able to go deeper into the level of soul and establish a relationship with Krishna in a personal basis. The reason is given like Bhogaisorya Prasaktanam Toya Aparita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Samadhau Na Vidhiyati. The word Samadhi is used here by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. And Samadhi is the word that is mentioned in all the processes, in yoga process, in jnana process, in karma process, in bhakti process. The word Samadhi is very prime word. Samadhi means samyak adhyate iti samadhi. Samyak means completely, with no reservation. Adhyate means you focus on some goal. Then that is called samadhi. So the meaning of samadhi in bhakti tradition and the meaning of samadhi in Jnana tradition is completely different. In Jnanis, they say that we need to focus our life here in the chakras, in different chakras, and then we have to control and focus and meditate and things. They are putting efforts, lot of effort, in order to reach to that stage of samadhi. But when you come to the devotional stage and you try to analyze the word samadhi, see, they are putting so much effort. Now in Bhakti Yoga, it is action that is performed without any effort. See the difference? One side, they are focusing everything and then struggling. Focus means that when you do not have natural control over something, then you focus and then you put your effort and put your all energy and try to focus. Like some people, the meditator, they turn on the light at night time or morning time. Everything is light. There's one light and then look at that light and focus to the light. This practice is even exercised today. Some people do that in order to realize the higher power. In our language, God. But for them it is high power, higher power, full power. Some people perform samadhi, they like Kundalini Jagaran Samaj, they have like whole society. Kundalini Jagaran Society. Kundalini is that I was talking about the chakras. They focus from Muladhara chakra, from the hip bottom to all the way to the here, and they put their life here, and then they stay in samadhi. And they, it's not easy. They have to practice and they have to work very hard. But when devotees practice samadhi, they are performing the activities spontaneously without any external forces that, oh, I have to do it, I need to do it, like that. But in sadhana bhakti level, in the beginning of the devotional service, we need to apply this technique of sometimes forcefully training our senses, our mind, our intelligence, and engage them in devotional service. So, in another way, samadhi means one who is completely devoid of false ego, and naturally performing devotional service without any external forces, hindrances, everything. Like when a person is normal, like I am breathing now, but I do not notice I am breathing. My body is naturally breathing. Everyone's body is naturally breathing. The moment I notice I am breathing, I am sick. Is it not? When people have asthma, they struggle breathing. They notice it. That means that is forceful. The mic is not happy with me. Like when we dance in the Kirtan, we struggle, we breathe. That is that we notice it. That means we are not in a normal stage. We have exercised and we have adjusted. But when you are normal, healthy being, you just breathe. Nobody notices. So that is the stage of devotional service. You perform all the activities that without putting any effort in it. Understand? This is the difference between samadhi, between the jnani and the devotees. So for devotees, everything is so natural and spontaneous. That's the stage. And I was talking about samadhi means devoid of false ego. So there are so many stages of false ego. One very first gross means that I think I have this great, I am always proud of myself. I recognize myself as somebody, and but it is very subtle, and we go deeper and deeper and deeper, and we find so many beautiful, amazing stages of false ego. We may see false ego that in performing devotional service as well. Well, I am doing it. I am doing it. I am the doer. This bhakti, I am performing bhakti. I am pure devotee, or I'm a good devotee. I am better devotee. I am great devotee. All this is a different level of ego. So, how do we remain within the realm of ego as long as we are not Brahma Bhuta? Now we are Sarira Bhuta, right? The bodily Bhuta. That we grossly recognize ourselves as this gender-wise, nation-wide, family-wise. There are so many ways to recognize that I am a really important person and people should pay attention to me. So in the level of devotional service, we see that ego. So we need to come out from that ego completely. And another thing, that when we take devotional service, we cannot, we have to take help of this ego in order to involve ourselves deeply in devotional service. If I am doing it, I am doing bhakti, then there is no alternative for that ego. We have to accept that and then use it in the service of Krishna. So when devotee completely come out from the mind, intelligence, senses, false ego, and you finally reach to the level of soul, then only Krishna deals with you in that level. Now Krishna and you become intimately connected. So when people say Sunyavadi Sunya, they say that some people explain their goal of meditation, dhyan, or whatever it is to reach to that emptiness, like Buddhist practice. In devotional understanding, that emptiness, that sunya means you cross the border of mind and intelligence, and you are above all the sensory perceptions, and you are above in the mental concoction. Your feeling, thinking, and willing are not affecting you. Your intelligence, your logic is not bothering you, and you are completely beyond that, and you are internally connected to Krishna in the level of soul, and you are zero in all these activities of the body, mind, and intelligence. That stage of bhakti, that you are internally connected to the Lord, is materially explained as to become sunya. It's little complicated to understand, but it is simple, that we go beyond mind, intelligence, and that is the stage that yogis and devotees, they free from hunger, thirst, and demanding all these desires and everything. So when we reach that stage of samadhi, like Parikshit Maharaj, when the serpent came to bite him, he was in samadhi and he did not even feel the sting of the snake. No pain, no gain. There is higher gain, but he was not feeling, oh my God, oh, I'm crying, I'm dying, help me, help me. He was completely, he said, I gave my element, the material element, back to the nature. I borrowed from. Now understand that devotees should reach that level of samadhi, then they are very good, happy with Krishna. Prasanna Atma. As long as we do not reach that I am Brahma, I am the soul, and I am connected to the Supreme Lord, as I am part of parcel of Him, and I engage in devotional service, I do not care anything, I am not affected by the product of my mind and intelligence and senses, then our devotional service becomes samadho. Now no samadho vidiyate. Here Krishna says samadho no vidiyate. Now after that stage we become samadho vidiyate. We are connected to Krishna. So All the Bhakti Shastras, all the great Acharyas has given the word prema as a goal of life, not samadhi. Because the stage of samadhi can be reached through the loving devotional service. By completely engaging our senses in the service of Mukunda, in the Krishna, then you are above, you can get above, you can cross over the limitation of this bodily concept of life. Then that stage, if somebody comes and says something to you, you are not affected, you do not care. You attain the stage of Jada Bharata Maharaj. Jada Bharata was like completely free. You kick him, you praise him, you do not ignore him. That's the stage of Asli Syava Padaratam Pinastumam Adarsanam Marmahatam Karo Tuba Etha Tathava Bidadatu Lampato Prananathastu Sa Evana Parah. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his book Bhajana Rahasya, what is common understanding when you hear the word Bhajana Rahasya?
The taste of worshiping Krishna.
The taste of worshiping Krishna. Rahasya means mystery. Rasa and Rahasya, two different things. The mystery of bhajan. In that Bhajana Rahasya book, he focused on the importance of name, holy name. That's why he said in a song, Nama bina kichu naiko aro chauda bhuvana maje. Among in the 14 planetary world, there is nothing important other than the name of God. So he took Chaitanya Sishastakam, that eight principal verse of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he explained how these 8 verses from the very scratch start from the Shraddha to the level of Mahabhava, gradually developing one after another. So, in order to come out from this conception that Brahma Bhuta, the Sarira Bhuta, that I am this body, there is no way that we can reach the stage of Samadhi. We have to come out from this concept. We have to come out from this illusory state of mind. You need to go beyond your mind. You need to go beyond your intelligence. And there you do not argue, you do not doubt, you do not do nothing. That was the stage attained by the gopis. When they were engaged in their daily household chores, the only thing they would think is about Krishna at all time. They would externally serving so many relatives, home, kids, wife, husband, mother-in-law, father-in-law, neighbor, all these things, but internally they were at all time in samadhi thinking of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, the old man, he would wake up at night time after 12. What time he would wake up?
Midnight.
Yeah, midnight, and then he would write the literatures, translate the books, and he would wake up in the morning. Sometimes he would not eat for days. Nindra ahara bihara kade bijitau. In Sada Goswami Astakam, Prabhupada sings very beautifully. Nindra hara bihara ka adi bijitau. You will conquer the nindra means sleep. Ahara means what? Food. Nindra ahara bihar means sense enjoyment. Bihar. Sense sex life and other kind of watching movie, habit of people have so much habit, right? They cannot sleep without watching movie. They always talk about, oh, I don't have Netflix. I have Netflix, I have some new movie has released. I tried to watch the movie before. When I went to see the movie, I slept entire time. When there's a fight, and then I would wake up. And maybe in my whole life, I maybe watched like 3 movies, only Nepali movie. I do not find any interest in that movie because these movie stars, they talk that the subject matter in the movies is all garbage, useless. Even though I was not devotee before that, I would never find anything interested in that matter. Yeah, and then for majority of the people in the world, these movie stars are the guide, are the source of knowledge, are the source of inspiration. Can you imagine how people are being fooled by Andha Yathanta Rupayani? One blind leader is leading the all many blinds, and all of them go into the gutter, in the ditch. This is the situation. So common people, when we talk about the false ego, that thinking like I am boy and girl, I am a male or female is a false ego. People doesn't make sense to them. I am a male. What is the problem? How is it ego? This is bogus. They do not understand that way because we are still in the level of bodily conception that we are designating ourselves from external covering. External covering. Prabhupada says, as this body, your body is covered with the coat. The coat you wear. And the soul is covered by this body. So in order to reach to that soul and establish the relationship with the super soul, with the Lord, we need to be free from senses, mind, intelligence, ego, this and that. So as long as we are in mind, thinking, feeling, and willing, and it hurt our feeling. If somebody says some unkind words, it hurts our feeling because we are grossly connected to this body and we identify ourselves to this body and we are affected and we break our relationship and we make enmity to each other and we keep this grudge in our heart and we live our life and again we miss this beautiful golden opportunity to become Krishna conscious and we miss the train. This is how we miss the train. So one time I heard the story about Prakasananda Saraswati. There was a Brahmin who was very much impressed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's chanting in Varanasi. And Prakasananda Saraswati was the head of Mayavada sannyasis there. And this poor Brahmin, I don't know why always Brahmins are explained in the scripture like a poor Brahmin. At all times, you always hear the stories. There was a poor Brahmin in the village. They are not poor, they are very rich in knowledge. And he went to Prakasananda Saraswati and said, Swamiji, this young sannyasi is so effulgent, so spontaneous. Anytime I go to him, naturally Krishna's name come out of my mouth. Everyone naturally devout themselves in Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So what a pure person, or what a effulgent person. He should be some like extraordinary sannyasi. Then Prakasananda Saraswati was not happy at all. Well, this Chaitanya is sentiment guy. He is crazy. He doesn't know what the meaning of life. He doesn't study the Vedas. Chaitanya is that he took Chaitanya 3 times and just ignored denounced his glories in front of the Brahmana. Brahmana became very sad because he knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was pure person. He is chanting the name of Krishna, and then not only he chanting, he is engaging everybody in chanting the holy name. And he went to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, Mahaprabhu, Prakasananda Saraswati Thakur, that you are sentimental, you are just doing this, do not have knowledge, you need to study Vedanta and everything like that. But the one interesting thing is that he only took your name 3 times, he did not take name of Krishna at all. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to him, because he does not take the name, because he is offender of Krishna. An offender cannot take the name of God. Even if they try, it doesn't come to their mouth. So somebody can take the name when he wants himself, that person takes the name. Then only that person can take the name of Krishna. We all, devotees, any devotees in the world, they can only take the name of the Lord when Krishna wants them to chant his name. So there is a beautiful sloka in Mundaka Upanishad. Prabhupada quoted in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam in purport that Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyo. Pravachan means right now we are doing Pravachan here. Nayam Atma, this Atma here refers to the Supreme Lord. We cannot attain the Supreme Lord simply by attaining Pravachan lectures. Na me dasa, na bahuna srutena. Neither by our intelligence. Medasa, like Sumedasa in the Bhagavatam. Medasa is a word used there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yajna Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Sumedasa. Na medasa, na bahuna srutena. That Supreme Lord cannot be attained by simply hearing lectures, nor by your intelligence, nor by hearing the scriptures, many scriptures, a long time. He can be only attained only when he himself want to be attained to you. Make sense? Did I say in the wrong way? Until Krishna want himself to be available for us, we cannot understand. And the same thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, na baya griya indriyai, swayam eva spurat eva, spurat. Yeah. Swayam eva, swayam means the Lord himself has to manifest. Jivan mokhi jivata. When we engage our tongue in chanting the name of the Lord or reading the prayers, and by seeing that completely devoid of ego in one person, one person is crying in a destitute mood and completely depending on him, like Gyanis, they put their life here in the top chakra, and then forcefully with their strength and their knowledge they try to understand Krishna. Arudya Kritsrena Patanti Adav. They reach so top, but because of believing on their own strength, what happened? They fall. But devotees put their life here on the lotus feet of the Lord. My dear Lord, you are my guide. You are the one who take me from here. I do not have any Shakti, I do not have any knowledge, I do not have any Bala. So if you want, then it is possible for me. It is all on your mercy. Then these things are revealed to that heart. And Krishna manifests himself to you, to him, to everybody when we chant the holy name. So this is such a science, such a science, a very subtle science. So our effort should be, as we advance in Krishna consciousness life, we should be always careful that how am I nourishing or cultivating my ego, or I am being devoid of false ego. This is my password in my work when I open the computer. Devoid of false ego.
What?
Devoid of false ego is my working password when I open the login the computer. And then this is also like a scammer, they cannot figure out if you have that phrasal little short phrase in making password. they cannot copy or hack your account. So, and some sign.
Right now you just told the world.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It's okay. I have other characters, so they don't. And we always change like every 2 months, so it's okay. Yeah, my all passport either Mayapur 123 or like that. So this is good. So we have to reach that samadhi stage. Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai. And become offenders. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, put condition in that. He says that he put a condition when we chant the holy name, we attain love of God, but there is a condition. What is the condition? Huh? तार मध्ये भजनेर श्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरा अपराध नाम लोइले पाए प्रेम धन. Nira aparad means offenseless chanting, offenseless services. That is the condition in order to attain the Krishna prema, love of God. So when we come to this stage, then all this body, city of 9 gates, all these senses, intelligence will not bother us. We are completely can be free from that. So that's very practical sadhana, way of sadhana, that devotee can reach that stage. That's why Prahlad Maharaj, when he was thrown away from the cliff, high cliff, he was above it. When he was tossed under the ferocious elephant, he was not at all worried about his body because he was already in Krishna in the soul level. So when one surrenders to Krishna in the level of soul, then every single thing that Krishna takes care of that living being. Everything is taken care by Krishna at that time. So the name Hari is coming that he steals your bodily conception of life. He steals your mind, intelligence, and you are above that, and you reach that level of soul. And Krishna, then you talk to him, and you see him everywhere. That's what Prabhupada says. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. You cannot understand, somebody asks, have you seen God? Then he said, if I say I have seen, you don't believe. If I say I have not seen, then you don't believe at all, because you do not understand this. You have to come out from this conditioning stage. And that is called Krishna consciousness. So should we stop here? Huh? All right. So any question? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhupada said, and I used to tell people this a lot, they would question that about how to see God. And I would just, Prabhupada said, we should, when our eyes are smeared with the salve of love,
Yeah.
then we can see Krishna.
Premanjana churito bhakti vilochanena Santa sadaiva hridaye subilokayanti Yam syama sundaram achintya gunasarupam Govindamadi purusam tamaham bhajami. Okay, Prabhu.
Prabhu, so what you're describing seems like, we feel happy in Krishna consciousness. And then when we think about it, like the level you're describing it, we realize that we're not anywhere near, any type of Krishna consciousness. So how are we supposed to be okay with ourselves when, we feel happy, but then is it real happiness? Is it Krishna happiness, or is it just our false egos becoming happy because we're in Krishna? We're, look at me, I'm.
Just like, thank you for the beautiful question, Prabhu. Just like when we try to learn cycle, the beginning stage, we fall, and we keep trying. Try, we fall many times. And finally, by practicing a lot, this perfection come in cycling. So in the beginning stage of Krishna consciousness, our excitement, our happiness may not be in the level of the soul, but we keep performing the devotional service continuously. We do not say once I attain perfection, then I practice devotional service. Like that's not the way. But we do it every day. Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually explained in the Bhajan Rasya. In the beginning, we focus on quantity. You chant as much as you want. You chant, keep doing. Don't think that, oh, I'm not having any feeling. I'm for Krishna. I'm not having like spontaneous. I'm not attaining any love. But once we keep going, doing it, then Krishna see that effort, and then perfection come later on, and some stage, and then you become naturally practicing it without any force, and you feel it. You see that perfection. But our job is to continue doing it now.
Yeah.
We do not seek for perfection at the beginning.
What do we do if we become contaminated? Like, like we can feel really good for a long time. Like we feel like ecstasy, we're solid, we have solid sadhana, but then sometimes we feel like, oh no, I feel contaminated, and now I have to go through a fight.
Yeah, Krishna help us in that because Krishna understand we are in this material world. We are negatively, very adversely affected by our surroundings. There is no devotional environment at all in the air. And when we come out from our room, everything is pleading us to go away from Krishna. But despite such an environment, we are trying to become devotee and practicing bhakti. Even if we fall down many times, Krishna still handpick us, and then we depend on His mercy. We do not give up. We continue. Hope against hope. We continuously do that. Viswasena rakshasva iti viswasya. That Krishna is my Lord. He will definitely help me. That's why He says, do not matter apitsetsu durachara. I don't care who you are, but I see you want to become my devotee. That's what I see, and then I will uplift you from there. So we never give up hope, and we never give up our action. Kriya. Anasaktasya visayan. Go ahead, man, Mataji.
Oh, no. I just like to share things.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have anything to do with what you were saying, but we were doing the peanuts and everything. So I was thinking about Prashadam, and we used to do the DMVs, all day. And there was one, what do you call it? He was in charge of the DMV, Mr. Bussy. He was a very short man. And he used to do, he was in charge of Santa Monica DMV, and then he transferred over to Inglewood. So we knew him from Culver City, I should say, where the LA Temple is. He spent one day, a half hour out of his day, helping me get back into my car because I locked myself out. So then when he moved to Inglewood, we'd do the Inglewood DMV, and we had a cookie table out there, and then the rest of us were out in the parking lot. So we used to encourage Mr. Bussy to take some cookies for free. Mr. Bussy, take some cookies. He would do anything for us. But he said to us one day, he goes, I'm not eating those cookies. He says, if you put something in those cookies, make you a Hare Krishna.
Yeah. That's true.
It reminded me because we were doing this.
That's very true. That's why people do not take up Krishna consciousness. Then they know that Krishna will take everything away from them, and they cannot enjoy the material life. In India, it's very gross. They go to Shiva, Ganesh, Durga, everywhere, but not Krishna. They have respect for Krishna from the distance.
Yeah.
They do it, then they know about it, and they speak about it. Krishna says that Sarva Dharman Pariteja Mamekam Saranam Braja Aham Tom Sarva Papebhyo. If you have any fear in your mind that you cannot make it, you fall, or you are weak, it's very challenging for you, or he talking that verse in regard to the Gyanis who are working for moksha. Like he said, all the Vedas talking about moksha, and people are, what if I do not get liberation by going to you? He says, no worry about moksha. I give you the highest moksha. That's what Krishna is talking about.
Don't fear.
Don't fear.
Take courage.
Don't worry about your pious deed and earning piety or going to heaven. Don't worry about it. I grant you the highest thing.
I think about this a lot too, because these verses are really connected.
Think about Twaswadharmam Charnam Bhujam Harir Bhashan Apakro Tapato Tata Yadi.
Apakwa means you are not perfect.
Even if you're not perfect, still, Krishna said, or Sutta Goswami, Narada Muni says, he says, still, there's no loss.
Tattva sudharma, giving up your prescribed dharma. Go ahead, Prabhu, continue.
Well, yeah,
Beautiful verse.
there's no loss.
No loss, yeah.
Kovarta apto bhajatam swadharmata.
But one thing I tell you, because we are growing together, no one of us is perfect, or we are higher or junior or senior or anything. We all are practicing bhakti together. We help each other. Always keep this enthusiasm in your mind. Never give that enthusiasm. Never let you down yourself for no reason. No external reason should put you down every single day. That's what Krishna wants to see you happy. Your spiritual master wants to see you happy. Your real friend wants to see you happy. But those who are not good friends, they see that when you are down, they are happy. Devotees are never happy when other devotees is sad. So you being very happy, that helps me to be happy. And we together, we can cross the ocean of material birth and death. We can become near and dear person of Krishna. And Krishna loves us, we love him. There is a partiality in love. It is okay. Krishna says in one level, Krishna says, I'm impartial to all. But in prema, it is the very, very character of prema that you have to become partial. You cannot equally love. In love, you always partial. That's what Krishna says. Etamam prapadyanti. Tam tatheva vadami aham. In the same verse, I am impartial, but, he says, right? In the same second line, but I am more close to those who lovingly serve to me. Lovingly serving means you have your personal relationship and you exchange your feeling with Krishna. And Krishna exchanges his feeling with you. It's a rahasya. It's called bhajana rahasya. It's the mystery of devotional service. Please keep this all the time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.